first itinerary that we do is always a pretty exciting one because, especially that very, very first trip, you don't know how the waterfalls are going to look because, you know, every year it varies how much rainfall any particular area of the Kimberley might have received in the wet season. So it's always pretty exciting to go and see what those waterfalls look like. And yeah, I personally absolutely love the Kimberley Waterfalls itinerary. What are your thoughts on the waterfalls trip, Gav?
I get goosebumps when I talk about the Kimberley, especially when I've been away from it and it's only been a few months. Definitely gets in your blood, but the waterfalls itinerary, it's all about capturing that, you know, end of the wet season. We get up there pretty early and really don't know what to expect, but to come around the corner and, you know, in the dinghies and have a shower and under a beautiful pristine waterfall and, you know, the excitement of all that just all comes home again.
Yeah, it's a pretty special time of the year. So, do you want to run us through what happens, say, from a north to south itinerary?
We depart Wyndham, generally overnight up to King George River in Kalama Bay. Sometimes we might opt to go to the Berkeley River. It really depends on, you know, how the weather and the water's been looking, but we're always excited to get to King George River. It must be one of the most majestic river systems in the Kimberley. And then we make our way south. We do have flexibility with all our itineraries, especially the 10-night cruises and the 13-night cruises, our ultimates. So generally down to Vansittart Bay. Our highlight definitely there is our helicopter picnics up to Eagle Falls. Beautiful, beautiful place. Big single drop waterfall. Chefs go up there, set up the gourmet barbecue, crew up there. The heli pilot shouts the beers and the wine that day, so we'll make the most of that. And we just get to enjoy that inland of the Kimberley feeling, and you feel like you're a speck on the earth. You know, we're so remote, and it's a really special place. The Mitchell River, of course, with, you know, the Mitchell Plateau and the three-tiered falls. We do the flights up there, great fishing in the Mitchell River. But, you know, to see the Mitchell Plateau and the three-tiered falls, you know, pumping is kind of almost a spiritual experience. From there, you know, of course, we visit, you know, the Hunter River, Parosis, which I think is one of my favourite anchorages in the Kimberley. Once again, the gorges, great fishing, good mud crabbing. It's sort of got a bit of it all with the scenery there, you know, the sunsets with the, you know, light hitting the rocks and stuff and those ever-changing colours. Can never get enough of it. And then we go down to the Prince Regent River, the river that never sleeps, I like to call it. The big tides in the Kimberley, you know, influence every trip. We work around the tides. Guests sometimes like, why do we start so early? Or, you know, you have your busy morning and your cruisy arvo or something like that. It all revolves around the tide, but the Prince Regent River really shows it off, the way those tides pump in and out. It never goes to sleep, but you work with it and it'll give you everything you want, like everywhere in the Kimberley, and it doesn't stop giving.
I remember actually this photograph was taken just after sunrise. One morning we went up to check out and see how much water was on the falls after a wet, and that was a pretty special morning. And of course the next image is another waterfall just around the corner there. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this spot, Gabbo?
Yeah, the amphitheatre, I think gets a few names, but only accessible at a high tide. But just one of those, you know, gems. You know, there it is pumping in the wet season. You know, and the guests, you know, who might not be up for a walk up to Cascades get a great sight see up here, usually full of bats in the mangroves there. And yeah, get to have a shower under the falls and, you know, great, you know, photo opportunity. And yeah, just another one of those places in the Kimberley that, you know, blow your mind. You know, the sound of the water, you know, the smells, everything gets to you in the Kimberley, Ollie. It
does.
Yeah.